Perhaps you've seen it. Maybe in a dream. A murky...
So let's check out what those things were. I'm not a fan of the inventory system. What they've done to it makes it unintuitive to me, because as unintuitive as Dark Souls was, I learned how to use it, and this one's going to take some getting used to because it's different. An undated great hammer, wielded by a warrior from a time so ancient that there exists no record of his endeavours. It's the exact same thing that they all say that. Let's check that spell. I think it's the one from the beta. A sorcery that attacks foes using a sword made of souls. Energy is focused in a single point and wielded as a blade. I've just apparently fucked my controller again. And, cool. I like that. It's cool. Not really the weapon you want to be hitting walls with. So we'll use the pyromancy glove. There's no way that's going to turn into something. But you never know. Okay. Oh! So these elephants turn into monsters. What just happened? Is that an archer? Cheeky bastard. There's an alone knight archer up there. This is big time reminding me around Orlando. Quite like Drangleic Castle. It's probably one of my favourite areas, minus some of the cheesy level design, some of the trollish levels. We're not going to do this to all of them, guys, don't worry. I just want to thin the numbers because two of this enemy up close can kill me very quickly. So, bows to the face are a fantastic utensil. I missed. Alright. So one of these is going to come alive. Oh, there's already one alive over there. So maybe they don't. Is the... Oh, they're on both sides. That is not cool. So I've had a lot of experience doing this thanks to the Iron Keep. Not the most invigorating thing to watch, but we'll go up and we'll deal with them. The ones remaining in melee. Hopefully they won't interfere with each other by firing arrows. But we should be okay if they do, because I can kill them in one combo. Unless they're stronger, and I haven't been paying attention of how many arrows it's taking to do this. Which is probably a mistake in the grand scheme of things. Don't come alive, elephants. Please don't be anything up here. No. So he's still firing arrows at us, but we should be protected by this guy's massive frame. He's bigger and tougher than the other one I fought before. Not to worry though, when he's got his bow on, he's a little stupid. So things have got stronger, which makes sense. It is a further area than the keep. This is an enemy type we're probably going to see quite a lot of. But you need to be careful because... Oh wow, they do more damage too. The previous one, when he hit me with that, he did about half my life, and a two-handed katana hit was enough to break his poise. For some reason, that one didn't. Shit. So the katana is great, it's just a little bit lacking against armoured enemies for obvious reasons. Poise seems to be a pretty important stat. We already know this, it's always been an important stat, it's just, aside from Demon Souls of course. Let's pop this on for a little bit, and I'm going to change the spell from Firestorm, which I really like, to something to throw, because I feel like being able to throw stuff is a little better than an AoE at this moment for that specific use. Where the fuck am I? I just can't remember. There we go. Oh! Nearly died. What is it with soul games and those elevator shafts. They seem to love precarious pits. Like, they want you to constantly pay attention, but you run through these areas so many times, it's almost impossible to care after you've done it a million times. And do you know what's tricky here? Is I have to physically open these doors. And I don't know how far these bastards will chase me. I'm guessing farther than I would hope. Maybe they'll get lost. No, that was wishful thinking of the highest degree. These ones are kind of stupid, which definitely helps. Tempted to use a human effigy. I'm going to bore these guys. I've already took one on mano a mano. It can be done. They're just very dangerous, and I want to progress instead of just, you know, shooting dudes with bows forever. So just feel free to skip forward about a minute or two. When I get a super sexy bow and I get poison arrows, these bits are going to be really fun to watch because we're going to do them in seconds. But as it stands... Whoa, somebody's hurt. No. Oh my god. Do you know what that is? That is Dark Souls being retarded. You can now jump attack with a fucking bow. Who wants to do that? What a stupid thing they've implemented. And because my pad strays, when I pressed the right trigger just then and my pad was straying forward, it triggered a jump attack. Which... It's hard enough triggering a jump attack when you want to, let alone when your pad decides it's about time you did one. Give us some decent souls. And when I was messing about last night in the Bell Covenant, I was fighting people and they were doing very similar damage to this. They weren't, you know, one-shotting me, but they were doing, you know, half my life. So even the base game is challenging, guys. You know, the Champion Covenant does make it much harder, but the base game is still really challenging as well. So it's kind of disappointing when I see so many people who I don't think have really given the game a chance say that Dark Souls 1 was harder, because I really don't think if you were good at Dark Souls that you think Dark Souls 1 is harder, because this game is so different. Like, I had to get my agility up to over 100 before the roll felt like a roll I could actually use. Like, if you take no agility points into that fire smelter boss, all those rolls you just watched me do earlier would have got me killed. Everyone would have hit me. Like, the roll doesn't work. And if I have to disagree, sorry, with one thing in the game design, the one I disagree with the most is how speed is not dictated by weight. How it's essentially dictated by that agility stat, and the iframes you get from upgrading it, which FromSoft have not said if they are iframes, but I know they're iframes because I've played enough games with them to know that all of a sudden my rolls are working and I haven't got any better at the game or any different. It's just I'm not getting hit by bullshit anymore. So that is the biggest complaint I have. And I don't have that many complaints because I think the game is astounding. There's technical issues. There's a lot of input delay. There's a lot of weird things, like when you go into your menus and it takes a couple seconds for the icons to load, or when you press start to get your menu up, it doesn't come up, and then it comes up, and by that time you've already pressed start again and you actually take it away, so it becomes this really dodgy cycle of pressing start and getting frustrated. Like, the soft lock I think is a good idea. I just don't understand why every so often it makes your attacks go haywire when you're using katanas and greatswords. Every other sword seems to work perfectly, yet the katanas and greatswords have this weird, you know, strike anywhere you want by accident bullshit mechanic that I don't understand. Hooray! Sorry about that, folks. There'll be a bloody mimic up here and it'll kill me in one hit. You watch. It's a steel chest though, and I don't think the steel ones can contain mimics. And if they can, I'm in for a big surprise. Oh, spell I already own. Interesting. So I've got 2 stacks of Firestorm. That'll be useful. Because did you see Firestorm? It either missed and did nothing, or hit and took 90% of their life. It was crazy good. And you get, what is it, 4 castings? Which is pretty awesome. Oh, this is a mimic. This has to be. No? I've seen 1 mimic in the entire game. And I'm happy about that. I wish I knew where the safe spot was with those chests. It seems to be at, you know, 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock. But I'm still not convinced or comfortable with them at all. Can I shoot through this? Because these guys... No, didn't think I would be able to. These guys not so bad. If they all come at the same time, it could get kind of interesting. But if we can pull them one at a time, it should be okay. Flame Swathe is a really good option here, but I want to try and pull... this guy. Yeah? No? They're just guarding that door? Like good boys and girls? Look, they're blocking the elephant in. Oh, the elephant's actual name is a mastodon, by the way. And the mastodon doesn't seem any stronger than the one we've already fought, which is good news. This guy's just not moving. His buddy is. No? No? Yes. Here we go. So, this guy can... Oh no! He's been very territorial. This guy has a couple of overhead strikes and a couple of swift pokes. A word of warning with the pokes. If you stand behind him, the back of his weapon can count as a blade. I know this because I went to try and backstab him and he killed me. By striking the wrong way. So, just a word of warning from somebody who's learned the tough way. 1, 2, 3, and stab. Nope. You can poison this enemy too. 1. Okay. He's got a Mirror Knight move. The fuck? I want to know how they turn the weapons into crazy lightning. I want crazy lightning weapons. Oh ho, Boomer turned. And he's poisoned. And he's dead. One. No, 2. Watch the damage. Well, these guys are a little bit tougher than the other ones we fought. That used to do nearly 800 damage. 1, and the third one, and he's dead. Pretty awesome. Considering it's a piss weak poison dagger. It's pretty awesome. I'll come back here and hit these later. I might as well test the A tap because it's much quicker to do. That looks like it leads somewhere, or it should. That's kind of terrible floor texturing in some ways because they break the pattern, but yeah, well. Can't believe they just threw 2 Dragon Riders at us for no reason. This door looks fancy. The Guinevere's mighty chesties. Uh-oh. By the way, you can poison the mastodons as well. If you were not aware, this guy is susceptible to poison, as I'm going to display. To hopefully speed this up a little bit. There we go, we've got him. Blast it. Considering this is such a pussy dagger, it's kind of beautiful. 2, and the shield hit, or just a big hit. Shield hit does some immense damage. Oh wow, I've never seen that before. He did like a running attack. How many archers is on that roof? Jesus. That's right, my friend. Nobody fucks with the Jesus. Interesting, there's a ballista there. Why the hell is that door so heavily armoured? Pear powder and other... Maybe you can't use these ones? Or maybe when I pull the switch, it turns them on. And they fire. Ooh, a shard for my flask. Watch. Bet you won't, guys. No? Hmm. Tricky bastards. Something's in this room. I can hear it moving around. It's KFC bucket. It must be them archers on that roof. Right, big lad. What you doing? Chilling. Ah, I am at risk of archery. I'll have less. In here, you. The hell. Look at him. Poor guy. Yeah, this is the easiest enemy to chain stab. He's just not very good at life. So once again, welcome to Seraphim 17 shooting gallery and his terrible aim. And they're not firing back, I assume, because I've not opened the door, which is super good news. Watch me walk off edge. Because if you didn't know, when you shoot people in the head, it does in fact push them back. Oh, and he's firing back. Pissed him off enough. He's very close to being dead, though. I reckon the Mirror Knight's the boss here, because this kind of looks like his tower. I feel like it's just a matter of time before we see him. And I'm really excited for that fight too. Mainly because I want to see if it's changed, and I can kind of tell you the difference between when I fought him before and when I fight him this time. And I feel like I'm so much more stronger than I was in that build, but at the same time I reckon he'll probably be a little stronger. Because if he's any easier, that would be surprising. Because he seemed like a late end boss being taken on a gimped build. That's what I felt like. That's what everybody felt like. Except for if you use the spellcaster, because apparently the spellcaster shits all over him. But I only played with the spellcaster a little bit. Not really my thing when I'm trying to, you know, sample a game. I generally do the spell casting once I've done all the other options. Which I'm going to be doing miracles, I'm going to be doing sorceries, I'm going to be doing pyromancies, I'm going to be doing hexes. Because I have plans to cover this game extensively. I'm going to do enemy analysis, I'm going to do boss analysis, I'm probably going to do area analysis. I'm going to show all the miracles, I'm going to show all the sorceries, all the hexes, all the weapons, all the rings, all the armors. I'm hopefully going to have a very extensive collection of Dark Souls 2 videos, and if that sounds like a good idea to you, then you should probably subscribe. If you're already subscribed, then you already know it's probably going to be something awesome. What's the point in this? There doesn't seem to be one. Okay, fair dues. Should have put my cat legs on. Oh, is this the other way? Okay. So, it looks like we're going to have to use the upward bridgey thing. The elevator is probably a better name. Was this locked? I can't remember. Yes. I don't know why I'm singing damn song. It just catchy, gets in your brain, you can't stop saying no Cotton Eye Joe. You see the seam on that, can't you, where the texture is?